What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use a bait caster. I'll be going over all the mechanics you'll need to do it and everything you'll need and you need to do and use to make a good bait caster and know how to cast. Hope you guys will enjoy the video and let's hop into it. Okay guys, so we're back. So I'm going to be showing you my pool today. So look, the first thing you want to do when you get a bait caster is obviously put line on it, but once you tie a bait on, the most important thing is so you will reel your lure up. I don't know if y'all can see my lure, hopefully. You guys can. And when you let it go, see how fast that went down? Let's see if you can do it this fast. So look, it comes down really fast, right? But you don't want it to come down that fast. You actually want to, with this knob right here, there's also another knob right here. I would say put this to in between 4 and 8, depending on how heavy your lure is. If you have a light lure, put it on 4. If you have a big, heavy lure like this, I would say put it closer to 6 or 8. But I'm not going to touch it because that's already good. But here, this is going whoop, so fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upwards until that bait's still going really fast. So keep going up, until it's still going really fast. Changing now, it's too tight. You don't want it to be too tight, so we're going to loosen it a little bit. And so this is how you want it. You want it to come out nice and partially fast, but kind of slow. So your bait can go, whoa, come on me. So you want your bait to come out like this. So see how it's coming down kind of fast, but not that fast. It's not going shoot, it's going also. And I'll grab my other rod here. You don't want it to not come out at all. Again, you want to loosen it up if it's going like this, and you want it to be coming out nice and soft. Now, we will move on to casting. So, with a lighter thing like this, again, put it on the lighter mode, lighter everything. You still want this to be a little tight and want it to be slow so you don't freeze, so you don't bird's nest. But when you're casting like this, what you want to do is you want to go like this and then put your finger lightly on it. So let me see if I can do it. So boom, and then lightly put your finger on it. I'm actually going to loosen this up just a little more, but look here, and then lightly put your finger on it. And actually, if you are able to tune it correctly, you shouldn't actually bird's nest at all. Like that. I didn't even really put my finger on it. So I'm going to show you guys what happens if you don't put your finger on it though. This. You will get what's called a bird's nest. Now bird's nests are easily fixable, and you're able to pull it out slowly. And pull it out slowly like this until it comes out. Keep pulling. But guys, remember to keep your thumb lightly pressing on the line. And that's kind of what you want when you're casting. When you're casting, put your thumb lightly on the line to where it's lightly touching it while you cast. Oh, that's too far down. So while you're casting, you want your thumb to lightly be touching it, not to slow it down too much, but to be able to push it down when you need to, just in case you were to accidentally throw at a tree. So now we fixed that thing. And so what I mean by that is to have it really lightly touching. I don't know if you can see, but I'm barely touching it. And that's going to be your best way to be able to cast this. And so you can nicely and slow it down so you don't get a bird's nest. Now, fixing the drag is definitely something you're going to want to do, because you don't want this to not be able to pull out at all like this. You want it to be able to come out like this, because in case you have like a really big fish, or you get caught on something while moving, you don't want it to just snap your line off. You want it to be able to go and be able to pull out a little bit of this line. You want it to be able to pull out a little bit of this line. So you want to have it kind of tight and kind of loose at the same time. So if you do get something big, it is able to pull that line out. And I'll show you, because I have it on this one as well. Quite not tight. So look, on this one, see how it's able to pull up? I'm actually going to loosen that. So it's able to pull up, but it's not that it's not like super duper loose. And again, with these bigger ones, when these bigger ones, so like I was saying, with the smaller ones, you want to have your finger really lightly on the line. When you're casting with these bigger ones, you actually kind of want to have your finger on that line a little bit tougher, just because it's heavier and you could get a worse bird's nest. Now, I'm not going to show you what a bird's nest looks like on this one, because it will bird's nest really badly. But make sure to put your finger down. So at the end of your cast, you're going to want to fully put your finger down like this. Fully push your finger down to stop it, okay? And then to stop, to have this bail. So this is like your bail. So the line is gonna push this forward, and then you're able to reel. And then that way, now you do know how to do a bait caster. With these side things though, like I was saying, so turning it this way, that way, makes it more free and makes this line easier to come out and makes it really, really, really easy to cast. And you may be like, oh, really easy to cast, that's perfect. But it's not exactly. So with the smaller and bigger baits, it depends. So I would say for a beginner, make sure to have yours closer to 6 to 8. Not even for a big or small bait, just for both, because it will help you not backlash and help you get better. But once you start getting better, you're able to put that down a little bit more and get some of this like free cast like that. See, like that was about perfect cast. Barely touched that thing, but I've been using bait casters for years and years. So that's how you use a bait caster. Now that you know how to use a bait caster, I hope you can use this information to go out and try a bait caster. And there's some really good bait casters that you can get. Like, guys, hopefully after seeing what I've done and how to do it, you're able to use a bait caster. Now, there's easy places to get bait casters. Like, you can go to Walmart, Bass Pro. I would say for a starter, go to Walmart, get a kind of cheap one. Don't cheap out. And also don't go fully expensive, all this, because you want to be able to learn by a beginner. From the beginning, the first one I had was some crappy, like off-brand Chinese-made one, and I used that thing for a year. And then my dad was like, okay, you're getting really good at this. He bought me a better one. And so from then on, I've saved up my own money and bought myself nicer ones. And now that I'm pretty good at it, there's no reason for me to get a bad one, because I know how to use the good ones and everything. So guys, use this information to do good and go fishing. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video and hope it was helpful. Love you guys. Please like and subscribe and hit that, yeah. Thank you. Peace out.